Thank you, Miss Toastmaster. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight is an evening of, what's that? Oh, romance? You're a little old to be thinking of that. No, the night is a night of enchantment. Tonight, we're going to turn your time and your money into success, and we're going to do it by using a value system. On the average, Toastmasters spend a year about 100 hours here at meetings, and this does not include the hours spent preparing for various assignments, speaking roles, and other tasks. And on top of that, there's the money we spend, the money that we give every 6 months to the club and to the international. And do we receive value for that? Well, in South County Toastmasters, you do receive value. You receive value because we have a successful coach mentoring program. What is a coach or mentor? Well, first of all, let's explain what a coach or mentor is not. It is not a father figure or a mother figure. No, a coach really is your best friend. A coach is a role model. A coach is somebody who's going to take you as a new person and help you do the necessary steps to reach success. To be a good coach, we in South County Toastmasters expect that you fulfill certain objectives. And new people who come into the club should receive these expectations from their coach or their mentor. First of all, you should set up a rapport with the person who is your protege, the person that you are going to coach. Find out what their objectives are. I asked David, who I'm now coaching, some of his objectives. And Dave is a young single man, and he asked, well, do we have any attractive women in the organization? Well, I told him, I'm married. I never really noticed. Well, David didn't believe that either. But as a mentor and as a role model, there is no tomorrow. It's the same way it is for Ellen's students. You have to be prepared today. You don't say, I'll start tomorrow working on my speech or working on the next task I have. As a role model, you have to do a superlative job, and that means starting the day right away and doing this. Just like Ellen's students never cram, they participate and study throughout the semester and are prepared for their exams. So you are, first of all, a role model. You want to know the objectives. And when you know the objectives of your protege, you want to sit down with him or her and find out what the tasks are to reach these objectives. Review these tasks periodically and be sure you're on track. And also find out if your protege, if your mentee does not show up at a meeting, is there a problem? Perhaps he or she got upset because they have not referred to this as a lectern, but as a podium, and somebody had said a few harsh words. You want to explain to the new person how the club operates. And one of the things that I do to help myself and to help new members is put together an agenda of the meeting. For example, this evening I put together and sent to David an agenda so that he would know at which point the Toastmaster is going to call upon him to give a report. It's helpful for him to learn. And you also want to explain to your protege what is expected of him or her. Now, we do expect, if you cannot show up at a meeting, to find somebody to fill the role that you've been assigned. That is a requirement of what we want to do. You should be there all the time to help in all the tasks. If you cannot be there to sit with your protege yourself, find somebody else, as I've done, and ask Kathy Denton to sit with David this evening and help out with the timing roles since I am speaking. Hopefully, your protege is working through the Competent Leadership Manual, and you will be helping him or her in finding somebody to evaluate him, as Kathy is going to evaluate David. You want to provide encouragement to your protege, and you also want to point out areas where he or she needs to improve, just as you would in a regular evaluation. Whenever your protege speaks, give him or her a separate evaluation so that not only does he receive an evaluation or she receive an evaluation from the assigned evaluator, but also from you. And there's 4 things that we expect that a coach should do, should teach. And you're going to hear from people much greater than I to talk about these things. First of all, we're a team, and you want your protege to be part of that team. That means working on the Distinguished Club Plan. And you're going to hear from past President Richard Ulrich what that means. You want your protege to do the Full Circle Award, to do every one of the tasks that are required in here, because each one of the tasks are a learning task. And you want him or her to work on the Competent Communication Manual. You want to provide guidance as he or she goes through each speech. And Sue DeKemper is going to talk about these this evening. And finally, we have the Competent Leadership Manual and the Competent Leadership Certificate that we want each one of our members to receive. And that's the 4th thing that you should be doing as a coach. And this evening, we have Barb Sapienza, who is going to provide you with the information that you need to assist your coach, or you as a coach to assist your mentee, your protege, in reaching the competent leadership certificate level. So if you do all these things, then you can feel good when you see your protege stand up here and start receiving the best certificates for speaking or for evaluating, or even moving on and joining in other club levels such as speech contests and speaking outside the club. That is what you'll get. Those are the riches we have through our mentoring program here in South County Toastmasters.